What up, people? Thank you so much for coming back. This is Fregz at Home, where life is good with LG. Thank you so much for stopping by. And just in case you're new here, you're very welcome. In case you've been here before or you're new here as well, and you haven't hit the subscribe button, what are you doing? So click it and also smash the like button right now, maybe in between the video or at the end when you're done salivating over this fish curry I'm about to make. So this fish seafood curry is just packed with flavor, just simply delicious, and it's quick, it's easy. And the curry paste for me is the recipe I really want you to learn today, because I want you to be a better cook right there in your home, because life is easy, life is meant to be enjoyed, and life is good. So come through, let's make this fish recipe. So this this fish curry that I'm adding prawns to is actually stemmed from something we created at Chef Fregz, where we call it the Nigerian Thai curry. So one day I realized that Nigerian and Thai food share lots of influences, all right? So I'm going to start with crayfish and iru powder here, for example. That reminds me a lot of shrimp paste. It's stinky, it's fermented, and I'm like, crayfish and iru smell exactly like shrimp paste. And we have delicious fresh seafood. So we have some fresh prawns and fresh fish from our waters. And we have these dried chilies. They have different names, but I'm just going to call them dried chili, which you will find in Thai cuisine. And I have some soaking in water here, about a handful, all right? We have some ginger, we have some garlic that you find in many curries, be it Indian or Thai. I have some pak choi that is locally grown. I know it's more Chinese than Thai or anything, but it's a lovely green that, adds body to your food. And we have locally grown lemongrass that we use for teas, but it's a big staple in a Thai curry, all right? And this is my favorite ingredient right here, palm oil. I think palm oil is the best kept secret with all these flavors. I have some freshly squeezed coconut milk. Come, let's get it. Gotta give you the Insta view. So freshly squeezed right here in the jar. So that's the coconut milk. Now for some more condiments, we have some dark soy sauce. I really wanted light, but I could only lay my hands on dark, so I'm using very little. Well, for me, the real rope that ties everything together here is the fish sauce. It's salty, but has this very fermented fish flavor as well. That's awesome. And I mean, I've talked about the palm oil already, but that's really also my jam. So we have ginger, we have garlic, we have onions. You can use shallots. You really should use shallots, but you don't have to. Onions will work really well. And I have these green chilies. They shouldn't be in the curry, but I just want them there. And you can make it your own, obviously. I also have some Nigerian lemon here. The zest mimics kaffir lime leaf, which is very normal and staple in Thai curries, but I just thought this makes sense as well, and it brings a really nice acidic note to it. So without further ado, I am going to get my curry mix going, so I'll need to grab my blender. So two ingredients I haven't really talked about here, strangely enough, is sugar and turmeric. So the turmeric is also going to give us its yellow color and its very earthy flavor, but I don't want to put that in the blender, because when you put turmeric in your blender, it's going to make everything yellow and a mess. So I'll add it later, and I'm going to add a bit of sugar now. So I'm just going to grab some tongs. Let me grab a smaller set and just get these chilies. So these chilies are just rehydrating in water, and we're going to put them in the blender. So please don't throw away this water, all right? When you're making a curry paste, you don't want to add oil to it. So next thing, I'm going to put in a bit of the green chilies. I put in about this, if we chopped it, would be about a quarter cup of green chilies. And you can make it as spicy or as mild as you want. It's really up to you. I have quite a bit of onions prepped. It is about 3 large onions. I'm just going to put about 3/4 of that in, because I like onions. I want the sweetness to come through, but I'm not going to put all of that in. Ginger and garlic. So with Thai cuisine, for example, you have galangal, that is kind of a cousin to ginger, but we have ginger in Nigeria, so we are going to make do. Have about a whole head of garlic here, and don't skimp on the ginger. You actually really need that flavor. So I'm putting all of that in. Don't be alarmed like it's too much. It's never too much. So I have here crayfish and iru, as I said earlier on. It brings what's that flavor? The umami. It brings umami, that fifth taste, the taste that you get in like cheese, tomatoes, roasted. So this is like that fermented iru taste that you have in your, that's why you like your palm oil stew, for example. So it's also the same flavor profile. So I have about a tablespoon of each heaped in there. Then I'm going to also grate in some lemon zest. So remember, kaffir lime leaf. I'm going to do all the zest really. Gotta love a Nigerian lemon. We can save the juice for later to serve with the curry. It goes well with fish. Now, I'm going to put this here. So with Thai cuisine, you add coriander roots, which I would normally do, but I couldn't get coriander. And I thought, hey, this is why I'm cooking at home. We have to build flavor, correct? So I have some celery, stem and all. I'm going to pop that in. But one more thing. I'm going to grab from my Insta view. I have a bunch of basil here. So I have some Thai style basil here, which is very Thai. It grows in these parts as well. You just need to know the variety that you're using. So I'm gonna pop that in. So that's Thai basil going in. Last but not the least, whatever size of lemongrass you get, it's always best to take out like that outer layer because it can be quite fibrous. Sometimes I don't care, actually, I put it in. But I just want you guys to know. Pop it out. Use the back of your knife here, all right? Right here. Give that a quick bash. And we're going to cut that up to just help it blend. So fragrant, man. So please, lemongrass is not just for making tea and making pepper soup, okay? I have a new recipe for you guys. Now, this is fish sauce. Always make sure you get a really good quality one. I have a couple tablespoons here. I'm going to pop some in here. And I'm going to pop some over our fish. I'm going to pop some over our prawns. Okay. Then this is the dark soy sauce I told you guys about. It's optional. You don't really have to do it. Pop that in there. Strangely enough, I need some salt. I need some sugar, and I'm going to grab the turmeric as well. No matter what you're doing, a pinch of salt always goes a long way. Just a tiny pinch, because all these other things are salty. I'm going to put just a tiny bit of sugar. Maybe not so much. Don't worry, we're going to balance it out. You don't worry your life, it comes together. All right, it's time to blend. And actually, I like going for not a super fine paste. You could go fine if you want. You need a high-speed blender for this, or a food processor will do just fine. Or you can pound it by yourself. But I don't have time for that. Please don't try this at home. Good. So this is the texture that I'm looking for. Just think like ofada stew that is roughly done. I'm just going to pour this. So this is the texture I like. You can go finer if you want. Okay. But I'm just going to take a small portion because I'm sure you're wondering now, you've not marinated your fish. You don't worry your life. I'm going to use this. So like I said, this is a great marinade for chicken, for fish. And because it's fish and prawns, it doesn't need like ages. Or you can decide to season it the day before. Why not? It'll make your life easier anyway. Mix that through. So just gonna add like a tablespoon and a half, maybe some more, to that. Turmeric is pretty powerful, don't be fooled. Everybody's putting in their smoothies these days because it's super healthy for you. So I'm going to grab some oil. This is just some regular vegetable oil. It's not peanut oil, so it doesn't have like a scent to it. You can see that this wok from Radiance is very hot. And we are going to pop in all of the paste in there. So when you're cooking with a wok, you really want to cook with all the sides. All right, so you keep spreading it to the sides because that's the real beauty and the technique really to cook with a wok. All sides must be hot. So I'm just going to allow this roast off for a while. I wish you could smell here, it's awesome. So I have some basmati rice that I've cooked here. Just straight packet instructions, boil till it's soft, ready to go. So at this stage, you can decide that, it's the weekend or it's a weekday, you've made a batch, you can freeze this. This will freeze for up to 2 months. It will stay in your fridge for about 2 weeks, depending on your power supply. But obviously, in your LG Insta view, it's going to keep for a lot fresher because the fridge is designed to make food extremely fresh. It's a good bang for your buck, the Insta view. All right, so we've cooked this all the way down. So this now is ready to go in a jar and stay in your fridge for about 2 weeks. Can be frozen for even longer. Come on. And this is great, raw on its own, great marinade. Use it to make any type of sauce you want, honestly. So all these scraggly bits at the bottom is actually flavor. So I'm actually going to leave that there. Then I'm going to go in with my palm oil now, okay? I'm going to put this lot in. I'm going to wait for it to get a little hotter, okay? So I'm going to go in there now. The curry paste. I'm using about half of what I made. And if I want more, I can always add. It's already cooked, so it's not like this smell is somewhere in between parboiled stew and Thai food. So I'm going to go in with the prawns first because they're a little tougher. I mean, they'll cook quickly, but so at this point, believe it or not, I'm just gonna go in with some salt because we're going to put some. I'm going to add a bit of water to this in a second. So I'm going to go in with, so you can see this is fresh coconut milk, it's separated. So I'm just going to give that a shake. I'm going to go in with half of the milk now. I'll show you why in a second. Oh, that just looks super rustic and rich and lush. So the reason I'm going with half, because I don't want the fish to scatter in the pot. Now, you really could maybe put this in some cornstarch, which I was going to do actually. But I don't know, I just kind of remembered my mom's fresh fish stew. is the best. Well, like your own mom too, I'm sure. But honestly speaking, my mom's fresh fish stew is just fresh, delicious. So I wanted to just, put the fish straight in and cook it very gently. So let me mix it thoroughly while it's raw. That way you can take some, moving around. I think we're ready for the rest of this coconut milk. So I'm going to grab a tiny bit of water. No need to go to the tap. When I have my insert view. Just a tiny smidge. So all those dried up bits from earlier on. Oh, I don't know why I'm oohing and ahhing. Like I'm not the one that made this thing. It smells so good. And all I want to do is dive in with, I don't know, some flatbread, rice, which is ready. So these pak choi leaves, I'm going to put the stems in first to soften, because this is almost ready. I don't want my prawns and my fish to overcook. Another stem here. I'll keep the leaves aside. So this mini wok from Radiance I'm using is perfect because it's just going to allow me to cook with all the sides of the pot. The convection heat of this cooker makes me cook this dish in no time. So I'm super happy. We're going to go with the final scattering of these leaves. Again, these are baby pak choi. So I'm going to turn the heat off. The pan is enough to keep this going, all right? Don't overcook your fish. Can you see my fish is just beautiful in the middle? Let's plate up. So plate up time. Just gonna fluff this rice up real quick. That is enough for me. And now for the real lamba, because I have to chill with the big boys. Ah, God, I'm so happy. I get to actually eat this and cook this. Grab fish, grab prawns. So fish and prawn curry done. Really, it's really that simple. And this is an extremely rewarding dish, like I said. You can make this way in advance. Portion it in your freezer into little bags, and you can make for the many portions, maybe for 1, for 3, for 5. But this is my bowl, and I'm going to go in. All right. Not because I made it, but it's the truth. That's an incredibly delicious curry. And the secret is not even so much because I had a recipe. It's understanding flavor and building it. And that's what I'm here to teach you at Fregz at Home. I'm trying to teach you my secrets as a pro chef for over 10 years. And we got you here. This is Fregz at Home, where life is good with LG, you know. The best cooking equipment, the best cooking range, best microwave oven that can grill, do incredible things for you. And of course, the only InstaView. So till the next episode, don't forget to click the subscribe button so that you're notified. You need to click that bell button as well so that you're notified every time there's a video. And click the like button. You know you like this curry, you know you want to make it. Don't be a hater. Go ahead, sell my market and like it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm back to this bowl of curry. See you soon.